Man.
Hello.
What's your name? How old are you? And where are you originally from?
My name is Daniel Martinez. I'm 30 years old. I'm originally from Chino, California. That's just the next county over, San Bernardino. And but lately I've been out here in Pomona.
Can you share a little bit about your background and what led you to the current situation that you're in?
Um, to be honest, I mean, with me personally, I mean, where I'm from in my city, it these days it's not that bad. And when I was growing up, it's not that bad. Like I'm not a gang member or nothing like that. But drugs, drugs is what led me to where I'm at today. Again, I'm 30 years old. I don't gangbang, but I've been in prison. I just got out doing my fifth term. And it's all stemming from drugs.
Are you currently homeless?
Yeah, yeah.
How long have you been homeless when you're not in either jail or?
Um, to be honest, up until recently, uh, I'm not. I don't do pretty bad. Usually, I get out and I have somewhere to go. But again, because of the drugs, like this time, like I kind of just ran all my bridges. I burned all my bridges. I've been homeless for about like the last year, from over a year now, almost two. You know,
How long have you been addicted to drugs?
since I was 15.
15 years old.
I started doing heroin when I was 15. The last 5 years I've been doing fentanyl. I mean, those have always been my main choice of drugs. I prefer downers, but I mean, I've tried everything. I've done speed, I've done ecstasy, acid, sure, like anything you could think of, more or less, I've done it.
What was your life like before the addiction?
Uh, it wasn't that bad, honestly. I mean, I lost my mother when I was around 15, and my pops, I mean, he's around, but we don't really get along like that. He wasn't really there. Uh, Shortly after my mother passed away, my great grandmother, who was like a second mother, she passed away. And I mean, besides those two individuals, like I don't function with my family. So like I can't say it was bad though. Like God is good. He is real. He has blessed me. I've come across individuals in my life that I consider family. But I mean, to be honest, compared to a lot of these other individuals, like these older cats, like it hasn't been that bad.
Was there something that happened that pushed you towards the drugs?
Um, you know what? I'm not even gonna lie, man. I mean, a lot of people say freaking, I do drugs to run away from this or that. I mean, as messed up as it sounds, me personally, like I started doing drugs. I mean, one out of curiosity, and then as I started doing them, is because, well, I'm not gonna lie, like I enjoy them. I can't sit here and pretend like I don't like to get high. I do. But with me personally, it's a downfall.
And when you use fentanyl right now,
Yeah.
when you use it, how does that make you feel?
Uh, to be honest with me, I mean, well, lately it's been bad. I've been doing it, and I've been having these episodes. Like where I black out and I do like some wild ass shit. And I'm not even like aware of it, and then eventually I'll come to like, and then I'm like, people will be telling me, "Oh, you did this," but before all that shit, fucking, like I'm the opposite. When I do it, you see people, they start nodding out. They start, like when I do it, like it revives me. It gives me like a good ass body high, and like, but I just want to take off. I want to go do something. And it's usually not. It's usually not nothing good.
Are you ever afraid that you might get a bad batch?
Uh, See, that's another thing. I mean, we see people, especially with the fentanyl thing, like that shit's bad. Like I don't care who you are, like that shit came out here in the world, and like it made a big change. It's fucking bad. But you see all these people around you dying. You got homies or you got family, that passed away from that shit, and like that very moment when you see something like that, you consider it. But like as you're getting high, as you're doing your thing, like you don't think about any of that. Like you don't stop to think as you got it in your hand that, oh, like maybe if I hit this, I'm gonna pass away. You just you're just happy you got it type shit. That's the fucked up part.
How do you make your money to support your habit?
Um, for the most part, me, I'm like I steal. I'm not gonna lie. That's and that's what all my terms are for, except for this last one. I got two strikes for breaking into houses. The more or less that's what I used to do. I used to break into houses to get what I wanted. Businesses, thing like that. But all that stuff catches up with you, bro. You know, like I mean, karma, it's a real thing. You know, so I mean, you're out there still doing what you're doing to get your stuff or your high, but you don't realize that you're taking out of people's houses. You know, you're taking from a man's family, from a woman's children. You know, you don't know what kind of effect you're having on people. So shit like that, it'll come back around. You know, one way or another.
And when you don't have fentanyl, and you're craving, like you're fiending for that, like what do you do?
Uh, that's the part about it. You know, I mean, when you don't have it, like people a lot of times you hear like, oh, it's just a mental thing with fentanyl and shit. Like, it's in heroin. It's not a mental thing. Just like you're bodily, physically, fucking, like it cries out for it. Like, and you get what I'm saying? Like your bones hurt, like your body aches, like you can't sit still. So me personally, like I'll go out there somehow. You know, like I'll ask for a front or something, or like, or I might go do something stupid. You know, just to get the money for it. You know.
What are some of the challenges that you face when you're trying to get your fix?
Mm, again, just like the want becomes like it becomes like, how can I say, like you feel like you really need it, to function and do what you got to do, So again, you might have a day where it's coming hard to come across, So you might, me personally, I end up more or less again going out there and doing something stupid, maybe putting myself in jail, something like that along those lines.
So just to get that like high, it's worth at the moment.
But yeah, again, it's not that kind of shit. You're not even thinking about that, honestly. You're just your focus is fucking trying to get that sack, And then I mean, some more or less sometimes that's what comes with it, And then afterward, you sit there and you dwell on it.
Are there any young people right now, like really young, addicted to fentanyl that you see?
Oh yeah, I mean, you got kids. I fucking seen this little girl. She was like 15 or 16. She was already strung out on it, And she would trip me out because she would come up to me and fucking tell me what's up, like you gotta connect. But I mean, that's a no no. That drug's a no no. Period. Really, you're not even supposed to be doing that shit. You get in trouble for it. But more you see these little kids, you don't want to be the reason why they fuck themselves up.
When you did heroin, did you inject in your arms?
Yeah, you know what? Mostly right here, But at one point, well, because my chick, she hates that shit. So I used to get back from work sometimes, and she'd be on my shit. She would look to see on my arms. So I started doing it on my hands a lot. If you look, like I got little marks all over my hands, like from the veins right there, and then like even on my legs. I won't pull it up right now, but yeah, But again, I started from right here. That's the main vein. But I mean, I got homeboys that like their shit's just shot, like they can't even hit that vein no more. And it's crazy because with heroin, you can muscle it, Speed, I don't know the reason behind it, but you can't muscle that shit. You gotta hit it through the vein. But I mean, thank God my veins are still alright, But I got homeboys again, like you see track marks sick with it, or like they can't even hit it no more. So
Do you have any family out here that you can go to and lean on if you ever needed it?
um I got my grandmother, I mean that's about as far as it goes, The rest of my family, like I said, I don't really fuck with them, and my mother, she passed away. My pops is not around like that. I got siblings, but like they're all living their own lives, like so you start doing this kind of stuff, you start to like people don't forget about you, but you drift away, and you might find yourself in a situation to where like it's just you, it's just you out there.
If somebody came to you and was considering to use fentanyl or any drug, what advice would you give them?
Just stay away from that shit, man. I mean, at the end of the day, like people are gonna do what they're gonna do, though. Like, but I mean, like that's real shit. Like you might enjoy it in the beginning, like when you're young and like you don't really got problems or life hasn't really came at you yet. Like you think that shit's cool, you feel good, you're enjoying yourself. But as time goes on, like 9 times out of 10, it becomes fucked up.
They can die, right?
Yeah,
You
for
might get a
sure.
bad batch and just die.
Yeah, you could. With that, especially when it first came out, like it was instantly people were just dropping. Like you could get a little speck of that shit, and that was a wrap.
Is it pretty easy to get if you need it?
Oh yeah, it's everywhere, bro. That's it. Yeah, yeah, real shit. It doesn't take hard. It's not hard to go look and find it.
could change one thing about your situation right now, what would that be?
Fuck, to be honest, I mean, I got homeboys, that I even talk to so much to this day, that like they didn't go that route, they finished school, like they're working, they got shit now, like they got houses, they got families that they're starting, I mean, me personally, I see that and like I tell myself, oh shit, like I wish I would have went another route, I would probably not have started using, fucking finished school, stuff like that, just started working,
What's like one happy thought that you kind of hold on to kind of get you through the day?
Um, you know what? I got my ex lady. I still talk to her sometimes. And well, I mean, she kind of throws it out there every now and then. That if I just got my shit together, and started doing what I have to do, I have done it for a short period of time. But like she's there. Like I feel like I still have a chance if I just sobered up and went back to work. Like I could go. Have her like I do because I want that family shit. I mean, well, that's me personally. Like I see people like with their girl, with their kids. Like their own house, their own things. Like personally, like that's what I want for myself. So I feel like I still have an opportunity to get that. That kind of holds me together sometimes.
So if she's watching this video right now, what's something that you want to tell her that you want her to hear?
Uh, that I love her. And that I'm sorry, fucking that I messed up a good thing. And don't think that because I'm out here doing this and it may seem like that. That like that's not what I want or she not that I don't care about her. It's just it's fucked up. But I chose my addiction. And I just hope that maybe one day I can make it right with her.
And then if you could give any advice to a younger version of yourself, what would you tell yourself?
Fuck, just let all that shit go. Like don't worry about it. Don't give a fuck like what people think or feel. Or now that I'm older and I feel it. And I see around me what that shit brings, and I understand a little bit more. Like just say no to that shit. Turn away from it. Real
That's
shit.
any drug, right?
Yeah, that's any drug, real shit. More or less. I don't care who you are. Like it's a rare individual that tell you what to do, what they gotta do while using.